Okay, so it is Whatever Wednesday, where I get to talk about whatever I want, and usually it's whatever happens to be on my mind. Now, I was waiting, hoping that maybe I could talk a little bit about the election and who won, but guess what? Who knows when we're going to find that out for sure. I kind of like that it's such a tight race rather than just one side always winning by a landslide. So that's interesting. But I would like to talk about, since we don't know who won yet officially, for sure, I would like to talk about my theory, not my theory, my idea of what we could do to make voting better. I actually like the Electoral College, but I think that questioning things like that is good. I think the Electoral College makes sense. One thing that I think we could fix, and this, I was thinking about this again because in the comments for one of the videos we were talking about, you know, Mary Grace mentioned in there, um, what if everyone actually voted who they wanted? Because here's what a lot of things happen. We say, I would love to vote for this third party or write in this person or whatever. Okay. I was a big Ron Paul guy and I voted for Ron Paul. But then it becomes, are you going to be throwing away your vote? So that's something we have to ask ourselves is are you, if it's going to be between these two people and we all know it's going to be one of these two, are you throwing away your vote by voting with your conscience or with your heart for this other person who is very likely to not have a shot, not a chance, right? So here's something I think we could do to fix this. And I actually did this on a little bit smaller of a scale when I was running a theater day camp for the summer for kids, and we would have a vote on what t-shirt design we would use. It was really cool. All the kids could design t-shirts and present them, and we would say, okay, which t-shirts do we like the best? We're going to vote here. But how I did it was there was two rounds of voting. The first round, you could completely freely vote for whichever shirt you thought was the best or that you wanted, even if you thought it didn't have a chance, because we would take the top voted for shirts, the top two shirts, and then we would vote again with those two. So the first time you voted, you could vote for whatever you wanted. You could vote for your own shirt. You could vote for this weird one that you really like that probably no one else is going to vote for. And then we tally all those votes and we say, okay, these were the top two. Now we vote again, and now you choose between these two candidates. So what it would look like is instead of just automatically voting between the Republican candidate and the Democratic candidate, we would have a round of the whole nation voting. Now, again, it's the whole nation. It's a big country we got going on here. So it would be to do. But can you imagine if everyone didn't have to worry about throwing away their vote? Wouldn't that be so great? You could just vote your conscience, vote your heart. And then after you voted the first time and say, okay, my person didn't get it, or my candidate or my party or whatever. And then it would be down to these two. So you'd still be choosing between two at the end, and maybe you'd still be choosing between two that you don't like. But at least we could have a round of everyone voting their heart instead of saying, well, I would vote for this person, but I don't want to throw away my vote. And then you have people saying, you're not throwing away your vote, you're voting your conscience. But it's like, right, but I'm still kind of throwing away my vote, aren't I, if this person doesn't have a shot? So it would kind of give everyone a shot. It would kind of even the playing field. And I feel like we would really start to see what people really think and who they really want. And does it mean that immediately a third party would just rise up and win? No, I don't think so. But it would start to show us like, wow, a lot of people are maybe voting for this third party or that third party or this random person who happens to be running. You know, I think that could be a viable option. Then maybe outsiders like Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders wouldn't necessarily have to be running as a Republican or a Democrat. They could just be running and just saying, hey, here's my ideas. So I don't know. What do you think of that? Does that make sense? How do you think we could help the voting process be better? That's kind of my idea is let's have two rounds of voting. And maybe they don't take place very close together. I don't know. Maybe they're, a few months apart or something, but everyone gets to vote their conscience. And then we get down to two and we decide which t-shirt are you going to pick? Which person are you going to put up as the president? That's my thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, keep it simple, question everything, stay radical, and I will see you tomorrow for Theology Thursday. Goodbye forever, or at least for now.